Hey guys, and welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Today, in continuing our series on Thoughts from the Retro Notebook, I am on, well, this will probably be 22. Uh, this one did take some thought at the time, and I wrote, I agree with the scholar that said, with great power comes great responsibility. You must also consider and be willing to accept all possible consequences of its use. Okay, this one is, I had gotten into this thing of where I was looking at concepts and trying to make them deeper or broader or attack them from different angles because it's something that I do, as people know who know me well. Um, One of the things with this one, because Spider-Man, basically, this is in Spider-Man. I think most of you know. His Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. Obviously, it's a quote from some other source, but nevertheless, it was meant to convey a message to then Peter Parker. But what I'm thinking of in this is the fact that accepting all possible consequences of its use. A lot of times, we want to be powerful. We want to be the taste makers and the decision makers, and we want to be the movers and the shakers. But we don't always want to deal with the times when we move and shake and it's wrong, or the times when we move and we shake and we don't anticipate the thing that happens that maybe we didn't like. And so I guess what I'm going to say to you is there are consequences of using your power, just like there are consequences to not using your power, as that Spider-Man comic showed. When he did not use his power, the man went on to leave the area and murder his Uncle Ben. Um, by the same token, there have been people who've used their power and caused tremendous damage. And so it is a responsibility, but I don't think that you shouldn't have power just because you might make a mistake, that you shouldn't go after it or acquire it just because there are times when you may have a result or a consequence that you didn't prepare for. Politics is another good area where this is so. Um, Leaders make all kinds of decisions, but they don't always realize the ramifications of their decisions when they make them, policies and procedures. Because there have been some policies and procedures that had unforeseen, consequences. The welfare system being the chief among them. I won't get into that with any kind of detail because that is a serious topic that many people have serious feelings attached to, and I'm not here to start an argument. I'm here to stimulate thought. So again, choosing to make powerful moves, choices, actions has consequences, and some of them are going to be good and some of them are going to be bad. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have power. It doesn't mean you shouldn't make consequences. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be responsible for what you do. I'm just asking you to think more about what you do, because even the smallest among us has power over something, even if it's just your own mind. And there is a consequence to every choice you make. Consequence sounds like a bad word, but it isn't necessarily. There are things that are going to be great because of the choices you made, and some things that are not so great, and some things downright awful. And if you try to think a little ahead and don't use your knee-jerk reaction and make decisions like that without looking at the facts or possibly what can happen, um, then you get what you get, and I can't really say anything else about it. By the same token, though, don't be so hung up in not in trying to make the right decision that you do nothing either. I'm just saying that know that there's consequences. Be willing to accept them when you create them, whether they're positive or negative. And if you don't like them, adjust, change things, move things around, make different decisions to move in a different direction. It's one of the bases for 90% of what I talk about is that no matter what you do, just do something, but that you can always adjust. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that little piece. Send me some feedback, send me some comments, subscribe if you like me. If you don't, hey, that's what search engines are for. You will find what you need. And I wish you guys a good day. And at the end of the day, thank you for sharing my armchair. Hope you have a great day wherever and whenever you are.